Very good. Happy to hear that everything is going well for you. And I hope, of course, will go. Okay, well, so today, if you're ready, we're going to talk about global issues nowadays. So we have different problems in the world. So every country, every individual has different challenges or challenge or maybe difficulty in life, society, personal life, work. Okay. So let's talk about them. So I want to ask you, in your opinion, what are the most important problems and issues that people face all around the world?
Nowadays, I think that the population, about population of the air, the light, and noisy, many things concerned with the population.
So population or pollution, because you talked about noise, I didn't get what you mean. So pollution or
population and pollution, because
of course, got it.
It's connected together.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. So this is the most important, can be one of the most important actually problems or issues that we are facing. Yes. So you think that, let me change it actually this is another version of what you said. So you mean that the population has a big actually impact on, for example, things like air quality or light and noise. So you mean this. So, and there are many, of course, factors like related to, so population that, affect our daily lives. So you mean this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so of course, so this is your answer. So the population has a big, we can say, impact on things, on things like, okay, you can say noise, like for example, light, air quality, so different items. So, and of course, there are many factors, for example, related to, let me just, this is extra, related to population. So it can be different things. So we need to consider that, of course, that affect our daily lives. Yes, can be. Yeah, of course, one of them, yes, is maybe actually, we can say overpopulation. Yeah, I do agree with you, especially in some areas, some countries. So overpopulation, the first problem. And I do agree with you. Okay, so let's talk about actually different resources, like, actually renewable or non-renewable resources, fossil fuels, gas, water. Okay, so what do you think about climate change? So what do you think about this?
I think that people shouldn't find an alternative energy, such as wind power, light power, and the sun power, to the in to the energy that we can revive, renew. Renew.
Yeah, of course, renew, of course. Yeah. Just, you said that you used the word fight. Let me be sure that I heard. You said people shouldn't fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's, of course, I know what you mean.
We should use it.
Yeah. You shouldn't oppose, you mean. Yeah, of course, people shouldn't, of course, oppose alternative.
Yeah, I don't know this word.
Of course, energy. Of course you do. Of course, I'm sure that you, so it's really normal, Helen. Don't worry about it because we normally tend to use, we do the same exactly. So even native speakers, we tend to use just the simplest ones. This one is easy, of course. Yeah, of course, we shouldn't oppose actually alternative energies like wind power, for example. Of course, and we can say renewable. Okay, of course, they're important, as you said, for future because they can help. Just actually, they can help. We can say that reliance. What is that? A reliance on non-renewable energy. Like, we have some non-renewable. So let me write it. So actually, renewable energy and the use of it, okay, it can help us actually reduce. That is really good one. Reliance, okay, because we rely on, this sources, okay, this sources on non-renewable energy. That is really good because, if we only focus on using of course, we will run out of it one day. But this way, we have another alternative, so we can use, why not? And it can actually help, us reduce actual reliance on non-renewable energy. That is really important. So this is another version of your answer, and I definitely agree with you. Well, okay. Let's talk about the first word. Let me share the book. Okay, no, not this. Well, let's talk about this. The first word, that is corruption. And unfortunately, this is a widely used word all around the world. Unfortunately, we hear a lot. Politics, government, business. So what is the meaning? That is, dishonesty, that is illegal behavior, okay, by those in power. They abuse their power. So that is abuse, of course, the power. So, yeah, of course. To what? For some illegal reasons. So like, and every day in news and TV, we actually get lots of news about, okay, again, so someone just, that leader, that, for example, businessman, or for example, woman. So yes. So this is the first, tell me, if you face this problem in your country, and so what do you think about it? How we can deal with actually, or face this, when facing this issue that is really a common problem?
Yeah, that is a big problem in my country. And I think that the government should have do something to prevent this happens. You know, um, a lot of uh, works that we need the government do for the citizen. We used to pay the under table money, and I don't think that. Yeah, I don't like it, and it's very uncomfortable for us. Yeah, I think that this should be solved by the government.
Yeah, of course. Well, actually, you mentioned something really human pay bribe, so under table. So let me give you a better. So that is bribe. So human this. Yeah, of course, pay bribe. So this is the word And the
Yeah.
plural form, of course, is bribed. And you can say, of course, there are many things that, you know, the government actually should deal with and, for example, should do for citizens. So yeah, of course, all around the world, maybe people, maybe in the past more, not now, maybe they used to pay bribes. And of course, we don't think that it's right. Of course, it's not legal, it's not moral. So that is definitely, it's not ethical. And of course, it's so this, yeah, and they need to take action. They need to take measures, take action to deal with this issue. So
Take measure.
take action
Yeah.
or take measure. So both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use. Yeah, definitely agree with you. And unfortunately, people, power and wealth. They're two actually really different, and we can't imagine what would we do if we were that much wealthy, if we had that much power. You know, that's really difficult to see that why people to understand why people do this. If everyone do the same, if they're wealthy or have money, that is so. But unfortunately, there are lots of people in the world. Well, let's talk about and just let me talk about this word that is corruption. You know that is. I want to give you if a word is common in native American English, so I say it's common. If no, I try to give you a synonym. Actually widely used synonym. Okay, so this one, corruption, is really good word, and we normally use it in daily life, and especially in business context and news, and of course we use it. Well, recurring, again, another word commonly used in American English. When something happens again and again, repeatedly. So we can, if I want to give you a good synonym, I say repetitive is a good synonym. Repetitive. My sister has a recurring nightmare about the end of the world after watching the movie. That is so good. So you watch a movie and you have. So tell me, if you've ever had a recurring, like, you know, dream about something.
Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I yeah, I did have I just have a recurring nightmare about the examination when I'm in my high school. Yeah, it's almost recurring.
Yeah, of course.
I don't
Oh
know
God,
why.
I know what you say. Yeah, yeah, I remember we used to, especially. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I think that I used to, yeah, I used to have. Yeah, it was like a nightmares, recurring nightmare. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I do. I think, yeah. So why? Why really? It wasn't it was not that much important. When I
Yeah,
think about it, why it was so scary. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we got too scary. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, of course. And fortunately, it's over now. So
Yeah,
that is the point. It's over now, and we're happy because of so we that is so. I think now when I think about actually past, that was so I don't know, sister, and at that time, we, as you remember, we thought it, okay, starting, getting ready for exam was the, I don't know, most difficult and challenging word, the worst thing in the world. But now when we actually look back, yeah, we feel like the easiest thing. Yeah, and now comparing work, responsibilities, life, what was that? Just starting and getting ready for exam. And then we were like, no, I can't. Yeah. Oh God. Well, and of course, so fossil
uh,
fuels.
uh, um,
Yeah.
talent talent teacher.
Yeah,
I remember we have learned this topic.
can we
Really?
really?
Yeah,
I'm not sure about it. Well, let me check it.
the last.
Oh, sorry. So why didn't you tell me at the beginning? Why didn't you tell
Just
me?
yeah, I think that you
Okay.
remind me
Uh,
something about this.
Sorry. Okay. So sorry if I actually slipped my mind, and it's normally like sometimes happen. I remember that the last one actually was word cuisine, wasn't it?
No,
I remember
it's
the
word from
why I can't.
uh,
Oh, so Helen, I'm getting tired. Oh God. So like, I don't know. It's just like I'm getting just tired of forgetting, and like, I think that is I don't, it's maybe it's about
yeah, I
something
see.
related to my age.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, getting. Oh God. No. I was just let me check the last just one moment. I need to check because I want to be sure. Definitely in the Yes,
Last,
future. Definitely you're right.
yeah, the
Yeah.
last week
Why I feel like
you saying me about your
yeah.
recurring head day. Yeah,
Yeah,
you remember?
yeah, yes, you're right. Oh God, yeah, of course. I'm getting old.
Me too.
God. Okay, no problem. Yeah, so we're going where? So it's something related to, okay, so no problem. Okay, so you're going where? Accommodation. So as you can see, all students are actually guaranteed campus accommodation for the first year. Do you have the same thing, like, campus and people, students are actually, if the student tends to live when they start in university or no?
Uh, yeah, no, because we have to pay and rent for accommodation by ourselves.
Ah, of course, got it. So yes, got it. So of course, it's not only for, so that accommodation can be used. So when you want to talk about a place to
Yeah,
stay, to live. So of course, it can be like maybe you need to book accommodation, rent, of course, and some universities, of course, offer several accommodations. So to ensure that either students can live and are like accessible for just everything is going well for them, so they can easily focus on their studying, not just paying rent or something like this. Some universities know. Well, and some companies also, yeah,
yeah,
they make, yeah, of course, several accommodation.
the
Yeah.
workers,
Yeah, of course, for, their
yeah,
workforce. Yeah, of course.
employees.
Yeah, and this one, yeah, prejudice. So what do you think about this word? Uh, yeah. So as you can see here, it's like bias. And when we say some people, I don't know, for some reason, maybe you've experienced this. So it's like, some people have positive or negative towards other people. Like, what is this actually? It's a kind of sometimes can be like a bias against people, or sometimes you feel like, I don't know, you're proud yourself. Oh, something like this. Oh, so what do you think about this word? So prejudice, poverty, and ration. So what do you think about this?
To this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we shouldn't have uh, prejudice on other people because we are not in their shoes.
Yeah, of course, we should walk in their shoes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do agree with you, of course. Well, so this bias, of course, can be really, especially if you have it against people from, I don't know, another culture, and I don't know, country, or I don't know, maybe life level. So actually, and unfortunately, most of, some people have them. So I think this can be really negative and harmful. So, and let's talk about this one, like poverty, because another word. So this is like, do you think, do you have this? Do you face this in your country? Like, some people has bias against poor
Yeah,
people. Do you have
yeah.
this?
We have many action to struggle again uh, reduce re, reduces re
Prejudice.
prejudice.
Prejudice,
Yeah,
of course.
prejudice.
Prejudice, or yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, of course.
and
Yeah, of course.
uh,
Yeah, of course.
especially the prejudice about women. Some
Yeah.
work that women can be done. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And this word is uh
Continue.
spontaneous, but actually I want to talk. So I was thinking about that word, prejudice. How can we? It's because we need to do something. Unfortunately, it's really unpleasant when we see some people. Unfortunately, there's still around the world we have it. So less. So I was just thinking about past. So tell me what we can do. So we need to do something to actually maybe to deal with this problem that is really important one. So
Yeah.
because it can cause big harm to people's lives. So what do you think? What can we do?
Um, to solve the problems,
Just yeah, of course, that is prejudice.
prejudice. Uh, yeah, that's we should. I don't know. We can do it by invi- individual, but we can, yeah, in the in public, in the government. I think that we can solve the problem if we connect together.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So first, maybe you need to do, or just in a little bit. So every individual. So yeah, I do agree with you. Then of course it comes to government to deal with, and to maybe to raise awareness. So
Yeah,
what is this? Of course, we should address, I think. That is really important. The first word that I want to give you, that is, we should address it. What is that? Maybe through public awareness, or I don't know, visual campaigns. So can be some campaigns, yeah, maybe can be useful. And of course, government can help solve this problem. So if we work together, so we can do it, because that is really important. So actually, there's a story about actually African American woman, Rosa Parks. So if you search on YouTube, you can watch it. The first lady, the first brave woman who changed
yeah,
actually the life of African American people in the US. You know that unfortunately in the past,
yeah,
there was really, of course, like, negative bias and, a big difference gap between, like we can say white people and of course other like African American people. Unfortunately, we don't have it anymore because
yeah,
it's so embarrassing
yeah,
how some people should be. I don't know. I can't find like, crazy, like, I don't know, disrespectful.
yeah,
But I can say that when we think about it, it's really scary. So the first time that I read the story of Rosa Parks, I was
yeah,
like, wow. So how people could do this. So for example, just imagine that you are sitting on a bus to go to
yeah,
work as a normal person. Bus driver asks you to stand up because another person that is white one needs a seat.
yeah. That's right.
When you avoid giving your seat, they call the police and police arrest you. Wow, what is it? Why? Because you just wanted to sit on your seat.
Yeah,
That is actually the basic right.
Yeah.
And of course, unfortunately, this is so embarrassing sometimes. Yeah, we
I
even
really remember that I have watched some movie about the reduces of women. Yeah. Um, and yeah,
prejudice against
yeah,
women, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very
So
good.
yeah, of course, it's actually when we think deeply, it's really sad, you know, just that are basic, right? And fortunately, we don't have it anymore. But when we think about, you know, because just only because you have different color, you know, skin color, you know,
Yeah,
that's so embarrassing. And prejudice against maybe races or women, especially.
yeah,
Of course, we have had it in history a lot, but fortunately, people
yeah.
don't want to have these actually at least this type of maybe behavior and treatment. So not, you know, no more like, you know, it's not acceptable anymore, and I'm happy. Okay, but the actually film is really good. So if you watch it, if like, you know, a short video about Rosa Parks, and you can watch it on YouTube. That is really, I think, impressive. Well, spontaneous. That my girlfriend and I always having spontaneous. Okay, so let's see. First of all, it's actually a good word, and we normally use it. Okay, it's common and we use it. And what is that? When something happens without planning.
Yeah.
Unplanned is actually impulsive or unplanned. So, yeah, maybe too good. So tell me,
Yeah,
what do you think about the spontaneous decisions? So do you
yeah.
make or no? Just you need to plan and organize everything before doing.
Yeah, I can say that I'm an oriented, detailed person, so I plan everything before I do it. But my husband like quite spontaneous person. He do many things without plan, and yeah, he did it. So we often argue about this all the time.
So I think yeah, you should have conflict. So two different. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, who
for
wins?
example,
Who
yeah, he
wins?
like a trip, yeah, spontaneous trip, and I can manage because my child, yeah, my children are going to school, yeah, so we can do it.
Yeah, of course. It's like so who wins? Like, you know, when you of course discuss this issue, like, you know, you and
Yeah,
your husband. So
me.
okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Because it's important. So, so okay, you are the one who says the last word, or no, your husband is the one who says, like, okay, let's go. So you accept. I want to know if you're flexible and you accept.
yeah. If I can manage all the things, so we can go.
Yeah, of course. So that is really interesting. So you are actually a detailed person, and you like to plan, and your husband, of course, is more spontaneous and often does things without planning. That is so interesting.
Right.
So actually the difference, you know, is how you approach things, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes of course leads arguments. That is really normal. So of course, well, and but I do like spontaneous trips.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Just unplanned things. You know, sometimes I do this. I open my eyes, decide to go somewhere. Just take my laptop. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Well, so as you can see, so the words are limited here because I want to say something. This is the last word of the last lesson of this book, actually this level, and level up complete. So you will start a new level, more challenging, more
Wow.
difficult.
Really? I
Yes,
don't think I
of
can pass
course.
this level.
Definitely, you're great. I'm really happy, Helen. And you know, you have made really significant progress, and I'm really happy to see. You know, you can, when sometimes, you know, I sometimes just want to watch the videos from the first session. So on YouTube, when I have, because I upload the videos on YouTube. And when I compare, like, wow, such a great difference. Like, you know, that time and now. So yes, level up complete. And of course, we crushed it. So it's time to have a more challenging. So we will have another level. And of course, welcome to B2. That is really good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this idiom, tomorrow's another day. Helen, could you please translate this phrase to English?
Because tomorrow is a new day.
So this is this one?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, okay. So it's
Because
exactly the same.
tomorrow is a new day. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So what is the meaning of it? Actually, it's really good when we think about it. So it actually helped us to be more optimistic about actually things that happen in our life. So it's like, first, let me say something. If it's common, it's fairly common in actually American. So it's just every day. Tomorrow is another day. It's, of course, it's good because, you know, what happens, whatever happens today, no matter, you have another chance to actually make it better, to improve, because tomorrow is another day and you will have another chance. Well, what is better? We normally say there's always tomorrow. This is another one. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, caps lock is on. Okay, always. This is another one that we normally use. It's most common. So this one, yeah. For example, you can say, there's always tomorrow. We'll try again tomorrow. So why not?
Yeah.
So it means, for example, after a long, difficult day, you can smile and you can say, tomorrow is another day. So I love this, or this one, or you can say there's always tomorrow. So it's okay. So why not?
Yeah.
So do you believe in this?
Yeah, of course, I believe in this, and I also often use this sentence to encourage other people.
Actually, that is really encouraging, motivating. Yeah,
Yeah.
you motivate. Yeah, of course. So actually, like you are talking about hope, you know, actually it's conveys to, you know, hope and optimism. So that is really good, you know, despite any challenges or difficulties today. So tomorrow will be a perfect day. So it can be, why not? Yeah. Well, and let's see. Okay. Look at this. To be bound to happen. So what is this? Look, could you please read these examples?
With people continuous release more carbon dioxide into the air, ice melting is bound to happen. Yeah, of
Bound.
course.
Yeah, first. Well, this phrase, actually the phrase that we normally use it, and when, yeah, when something is certain to happen, you know, so we can see, so we can avoid it. So because, you know, when people continuously release more, of course, carbon dioxide into the air, of course it will happen. So it's bound to happen. So it's like the meaning of it is certain to happen, to be certain to happen. So yes, of course, we can see actually. Okay, and could you please read the second one?
Yeah, child is bound to happen in places where law is not enforced.
Yeah, of course. But this word is chaos. Okay.
Chaos.
chaos, of
Yeah.
course, chaos is bound to happen in places where law is not. What is the meaning of chaos? Disorder, like confusion. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the meaning
No.
of, and we normally use it. This is really good word. So it's like something that is not controllable. Of
Yeah.
course, when there is no law, you can see just confusion, disorder, and again, behavior that are not under control. Yeah, of course, that is chaos. And the last one, could you read it, please?
When you are dealing with so many patients, mistakes are bound to happen.
Yeah.
I think this is a when you are dealing with so many inpatient, mistakes are
Patient.
about.
Okay, yeah. No, no. This patient has another meaning. Let me say. So, patient, people who are ill, or patients who can wait. So
Ah,
this
yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I have made mistake. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
get,
so it's
I got it.
normal at first. It can, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Because,
So many work to do. So yeah, you
yeah, of course. And,
make
yeah, of course,
mistake.
you need to,
Yeah,
of course, yeah, mistakes are bound to happen, it's certain to happen, of course. Well, and I definitely agree. So, of course, it certainly happened. So, for example, when we have, I don't know, tension, when two people have tension, of course, maybe problems or maybe something like, I don't know, confrontation is bound to happen because
yeah,
we can see that sooner or late it will happen. Okay. Well, and about the phrase that, if it's commonly used, I can say yes, we use it. So you can use it. So when when something very likely or certain to happen, you can say, okay, you can use this. Yes, why not? It's common. Well, and now let's see what we have. Okay,
uh,
just wait. I hope. Yes.
sorry, teacher. Can you wait
Yes.
me a minute so that I can
Sure.
answer? Yeah.
Sure. Take your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see. I want to ask you, we have nothing, so it's like, again, there is no audio for this. Okay, but I want to ask you, just where go and where, just what do you think about our future? So what will happen? What do you think? Do you have any idea about the future, maybe of the earth, of our lives, or what will happen if it will be better, worse, more difficult, easier?
Yeah, I think that the work will be better day after day because we are developed all respect in life. So and especially we can have use the AI power to manage everything. So I think that's very good in the future.
Yeah, and do you have hope? Like, just, do you have something like ambition for future? Just, do you have something that you really want to achieve?
Yeah, of course, I have a big attention about the future that yeah, especially in Vietnam, we are developed country, and I hope that we can to many countries in the world. Yeah, I think that's good.
Just I couldn't hear that part, just was just interrupted, so I couldn't hear you. So just first, developing
Yeah,
country, of course, yeah, of course. So maybe yes, of course, you will grow, and maybe of course, you will connect more with all the countries. Well, yeah, of course. So this is something like, definitely. So you can say it's bound to happen. This one, why not?
yeah,
So
it
of
must
course it will
happen.
happen. So because
Yeah,
you are trying to do it, and why
yeah.
not? Of course, I think so. Well, and now, let's see. We have some underlined phrases here. Okay. And we want to match them to the meaning, of course, A,
Yeah.
B, C. So one, we meet up every now and again for walking holidays. So every now and again means sometimes, occasionally, sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
occasionally. Yeah,
Of course. But you know that, for example, it's really good for IELTS. That is perfect. So, but normally people when speaking, so sometimes or occasionally that is perfect. Okay. And the next one, it's not
it's
everyone's.
one idea of fun. I know, but I can't wait. Um, I can see what happens.
Yeah, of course. This one is, I can
Yeah.
wait. I can see. No, no. I can't
Oh.
wait. This one is actually conversational form as I'm
Yeah, I
looking
can wait. So
forward.
that means I'm very excited. I'm
Of
looking forward
course,
to
of
it
course.
very much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. This is formal as it's written language. It's not. So we never
yeah.
saying, yeah, everyday conversation. If you say I'm looking forward, like what? Why? Like
Yeah.
this. It
I'm
just
very
I'm excited. It's perfect. I'm very excited. I can't wait. It's perfect.
okay.
To
Okay.
start with, to start
Yeah.
with,
In the beginning.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And the next one, we're staying in a
And
luxury.
number four, I will have
Yeah.
to see.
Four. Sorry, I didn't say.
So
Of course, I'll have to
yeah,
see how it goes.
yeah. I have to see what happens.
Definitely yes. And the last
Yeah.
one, luxury.
I stay in a luxury hotel, so I we are staying in a very comfortable and expensive hotel.
Yeah, just comfortable. We don't pronounce just here. A is silent. Comfortable. R
Comfortable,
comfortable, of course.
comfortable.
Comfortable. Yeah. And now, let's see. Uh, so, do you plan your life in detail or do you prefer not to? Of course, you are detailed, so I'm not going to ask you this question. I know that you plan everything. Okay. So, suppose you want to travel to Indonesia and for vacation, how would you plan your trip?
Yeah. So if I want to travel to Indonesia for vacation, I would, yeah, call search for the information about the places that I'm going to. For example, I search for accommodation and for hotel and some sightseeing destination and about the food there. So what dishes is the must try there, and yeah, I do share on the custom tradition and uh, and yeah, and the weather. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everything, of course. But why do you actually search for, to know why do you want to know about the tradition? So it's like, you're just, visiting, just vacation. You need to know about the tradition. You don't want to stay for a long time.
Uh,
So
yeah,
yeah,
I need to share about the tradition that
yeah. Of course.
especially when I want to go to the temple or the church or something
Of
like that. So
course, of
I need to
course.
prepare the
Uh,
outfits that should to the places.
Definitely, yes, of course, yeah. So you can say, I do some research in advance. Of course you do. So to say, like, of course, like for example, I look for information. So look for information, for example, about a place I want to visit or about the hotel. And of course, I search for accommodation, as you said, sightseeing destination, as you said, sightseeing destination. Destination is difficult to sightseeing spots. I
Yeah,
like this one. Yeah, of course,
sport.
it's easier.
Yeah,
We're lazy people. We don't, we don't, of course,
it's
it's
easy to
like this.
understand.
Of course,
Yeah,
this is easier. So, and yeah, of course, local food, that is the most important one. And, so you also find out, for example, which dishes are like must try, is like this must try. You
yeah,
definitely should. So must try is good, must try dishes. So it's like
yeah,
people, and beside that, of course, as you said, you check the local costume and tradition, and of course the weather. So to prepare properly, to
yeah,
to get ready for it, of course. Yes, very good. Well, and the next one, that is, are you following a career plan? What is the next step? Oh, this one. What is the next step in your career? Ah,
yeah.
I'm curious. Okay, say what is the next step, Helen? Tell me about your job.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's make me think twice. And I prefer working my way up at my current company. And of course, I want to develop my company and extend. Yeah, extend the company with the human resources, and we can develop our business. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, of course, this is your company, so of course you will work just, yeah, of course. So you won't change it because you, of course, put in all your effort to make it the perfect, of course, job for you and your family, of course. Well, yeah, so you can say that. Um, you said it makes me think twice, right? Something like this, because I heard, yeah, you say it makes me think twice. You said something like this at the beginning of your speech. You
Yeah, that's
said,
right. That is,
yes, okay.
I can think that
Yeah,
can be,
correct. Definitely
yeah,
right. Just I wanted to be sure. Definitely right. Correct. Yes, I
yeah,
know. Just I wanted to be sure if you said that. That is perfect. Good one. Yes, yes, I prefer walking my way up. Way up, really good word. We use it a lot. It's very common word, and so I think it's very common. So yes. And of course you help grow, develop, and of course, grow your company by developing actually maybe human resource. So this one is better. So you help grow your company by developing human resources, having more, and of course, expanding the business. So this
yeah,
is maybe a better, yeah, of course, because
yeah,
develop here is better to be used for example, human resource. And of course,
yeah,
you expand your business. So this is another one. Expand your, okay. Well, this one. And do you have any dream careers when you were younger, so that you gave up on, and what went wrong? Did you have any dream careers like that went wrong? First, I need to change this question. We are young. What is this? We are we are really young. Okay. Did you have?
Honestly, I didn't think about this. Yeah. In when I was younger, um, yeah, I I work in the bank, so I think that I should develop my career there, but I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try to do my best at my current work.
First. Yeah. So I haven't thought about that. So I didn't think, no, I haven't thought is better. So here, present perfect is better. If you want to use past perfect, so, but when you're talking about like, you're actually just thought since past, really, I haven't thought about it. But yes, so when you were younger, you work at a bank. You worked at a bank, of course. Back then, when you think about it, I thought I would build my career there, maybe. If you wanted to talk about it, if I'm right, so you wanted to say that back then, so when I think about that time, maybe I would build. I would build, of course, if you wanted to work at that field, of course, okay, there. So like this, okay, but of course, I end up with my new, of course, I ended up with my new career, my current career, and I'm really happy, satisfied with it. And of course, I put up actually all my effort to make it better, to develop it, to, yes, expand it. So, and ended up, it's really good. I like it. When you finally do something, when you finally receive something, achieve something, end up is a perfect phrasal verb that you can use forever. Yeah, end up. So I wanted to do something else, but I ended up, for example, being a teacher.
Yeah.
So I finally, this one. Well, okay. Dear Helen, it's like, the end of this book, and we say goodbye to this level, to this book, and we will start with a new one, more challenging. So actually, from the next session, we will have more words, phrases. We will talk more and more because it's a little different. Of course, it's not difficult at all. Just I will give you some natural American word phrases to make your daily conversation. So wherever you are, you can easily talk on every topic that people discuss. And that's it. Just thank you for being perfect during this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that, yeah, of course, we have successfully just, completed this level. And now we have level up. That is perfect. Thank you so much, Helen.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Teacher.
You're welcome. Have a
Next.
great week. Of course, have a great and fruitful week. See you next week.
Yeah. See you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Goodbye.